We traveled. How many miles did we travel? 2,000 something miles. We were in Alabama. We were in Georgia, and now we're here in Kansas. So they're not necessarily next to each other. I mean, Alabama and Georgia
are on the road.
Yeah, on the road.
We're driving and we're flying.
Now,
and,
speaking of driving and flying, what do you guys make of the possibility that there are some people that, in fact, I want to put. I don't want to put him over because I always put him over. But there is a gentleman that's on this show tonight that when he started doing some training and he was told, get out of the business, you'll never be in the business, and he got in the car with a few people and started going up and down the highways and the byways. What do you guys make of that? Because he's managed to make his way.
I feel like I kind of can relate to that in a lot of ways because I wasn't necessarily the best when I was coming up, and I was not a natural athlete at all. But I had to learn, and I had to travel with this guy who taught me almost everything that I know.
Yeah.
So I can relate to that. And you just got to keep working hard, and anything is possible if you just keep doing it.
Yeah, I mean, our start to fame, I can set the date, and you remember just like I do, September 23rd, 2016, when we had just started kind of teaming at Ring of Honor, and it was an hour and a half from my hometown, and it was in the Northeast with him, and we thought we would have a match, and our match got scratched, and these things happen.
Yes.
I'm not blaming Ring of Honor, but it was really depressing. So we sat across at the restaurant across the street while the show was going on, and I sat with him and I said, hey, we got to make a plan, we got to strategize. I said, in my opinion, and I was still new at this too, I said, we have to hit the road and we have to become, you hear it a lot these days, but we have to become a brand. We have to become our own business. So from that point on, we decided tough guy business before anybody else. Even Ring of Honor,
there you go.
Where we love, Ring of Honor is one of our homes.
We love it so
before
much.
Ring of Honor, before WWE, before Impact, before anybody, New Japan, before anybody, it's the tough guy business, because the tough guy business is what we're best at. It's what we did. And you saw the connection we have with the people and what the people have with us. We're TV restraints. We have 44 minutes a week to do that at Ring of Honor. We may not be able to do that there just because of time restraints, and I respect that. And
our entrance was just 45 minutes. So.
We would have gone a minute over.
Now,
so I mean, we had to decide, and we had to kind of have a come to Jesus meeting with ourselves, where we had to get on the road ourselves. So I understand, and whoever that is out there, if you're watching this, I don't even need to know who you are. You can message me privately, but I want you to know that I think you're doing the right thing. If you're traveling and you're doing what you do, just get in the road, find positive people in wrestling. There's a million positive people in wrestling. This is by far the most respectful generation, the generation that helps each other the most, and what you guys are way more respectful than I was, and you're 10 times more respectful than the guys that broke me in. And we don't really beat the heck out of each other anymore. We kind of try to take care of each other, get each other booked different places. I just talked to some of the guys here. They're gonna start going to Minnesota. They're gonna start going to Chicago. They're gonna start branching out. And you know what? These guys are gonna come here, and everybody's gonna get the benefit of everybody's little different style. There's my buddy Nick in Chicago runs Just for Wrestling. He has 39 students, and he's doing a great job. And they're all young kids, and he's really helping out. He's reaching out into the inner cities. He's basically training them for free, but he wants these kids to have a chance to go do something and become industrious. Because what this teaches you is to be industrious, and you have to learn logistics, and you have to learn mapping, and you have to learn budgeting, and you have to learn how to book a hotel room and rent a car and book a flight.
Yes.
A lot of kids don't know how to do this, But man, it's really a cool business these days. It's almost like a really fun Wild West where there's so much stuff going on. I mean, 2 years ago, there were no Bullet Club T-shirts at Hot Topic, and now these guys are selling hundreds.
They are all over the place.
And now they're selling hundreds of thousands of shirts a year. I mean, this is, and we love those guys, and they've taught us a ton about.
Probably closer to 7 figures now.
I'm telling you, but these guys have taught us a ton about marketing and awareness, and you know what? They're great to their fans, and they treat people really well, and they're not bitter guys. And they were when they had no money, they weren't bitter guys.
Yeah.
And now that they have money, they're still great people, very grounded, very down to earth. I was fortunate to have my first guy, Mike Kanellis, be a part of WrestleMania, and I got to sit home and watch my student, who I've known since he was 16. Not only have a baby that week with the beautiful Maria Canales. Shout out to you guys. But also be at WrestleMania, and also
He was in Saudi Arabia.
didn't do that well, but that's okay. But you know what? There was another one of my guys, and I want to give him a shout out too, Robbie the Giant Arujo, who was he's a little person. He's a micro wrestler. He was supposed to wrestle Hornswoggle. They decided to put Hornswoggle in the Greatest Royal Rumble, but Robbie acted so professionally and took it so well that they're probably going to try to do something for him because he handled it so well. And all he did is talk about the great experience he had. They still paid him. He had a great experience. Everybody treated him well, and the whole locker room felt terrible for him because he didn't have a match. Yeah. But you know what? Somebody's going to speak up for him later, and it's all going to come back to him, man. Like, there's so many good people here in wrestling. And once he got that shot, he sent, what was the first message he sent? Thank you for everything. This is the guy I trained 10 years ago. We've not lost touch, but we don't see each other as much. And every time something good happens to that kid, every time something good happens to Mike Kanellis, thank you, Coach. We appreciate it. I love you. I hope, you know, they root for me too. You know, I mean, after 26 years and 1 month, I finally got to actually turn professional as a wrestler. I finally got to do this for a living, you know, and I'm still new at it. I'm still a rookie. I'm a month in, you know, and we're trying to get to the point where Tim can do this full time.
Yeah.
But it's hard, but you have to, but it's okay. It's good hard, not bad hard. It's fun hard. This is super cool. What a great business.
Yes.
And it's so good because social media has even the playing field where now people can make money, people can be successful, people can be famous. You know, and you said before, like, and you said something really interesting. You said, how about these guys that are trying to be personalities and stuff? Look, man, I listen to a lot of entertainment, comedy podcasts, stuff like that. It's all the same. Like, they complain about some of the people trying to be YouTube comedians and all that. If you're not any good, it's all going to wash out. If you're not good at what you do, you won't get any viewers. You know, you are. We watch all the time. That's why we're here. We're fans.
Cousin Chris.
Cousin Chris.
Well, 2 more questions before I let you guys go.
Oh,
One.
yeah, I hope this is a 30-minute program.
Well, that's because he asked one question.
One. Okay.
In 19 parts.
Here's the deal. I can't tell you how many guys that I bump into in the locker rooms where they're like for instance, a couple months ago, Demolition. They brought Demolition.
Oh yeah, I love those guys.
And everybody was like, "Oh, it's Demolition," and I went up to him and I'm like, "Hey, can I get a photo?" And all the wrestlers in the locker room were like, "You're a damn mark." And Demolition's like, when are you ever going to meet us ever again?
Exactly.
And I'll tell you what.
Take a picture. So then everybody and their brother jumped up. What is your view on that? If you see someone or if they see you?
I want to take as many pictures as I possibly can with all my friends because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to do this. You know, I just don't know. You never know. And I'm having the time of my life. This is legit the best time I've ever had in my entire life right now. And traveling and getting to meet so many good people and so many good things and some of the people that I grew up watching. So and getting to wrestle some of them. So
I mean, we got to wrestle the Rock and Roll Express last August.
That's awesome.
And Demolition is a good example. But I've had buddies of mine when this is maybe 10 years ago, and I was that guy who sat there. Oh, what are you doing, playing fanboy and all that? And you know what I did about two and a half years ago? I went up to that same kid and I shook his hand. I said, "You don't even know this." And I explained the whole story. I said, "We used to make fun of you, call you fanboy, Mark, whatever you want to say." I said, I just want to sit here, and even though you don't know this, I want to apologize for the way I acted. You know why? You know what taught me that lesson? You know what taught me that lesson? Was 6 months before he died, I finally got a chance to take a picture around Roddy Piper. What if I hadn't gotten that picture?
Holy smokes.
You know? And it was so funny because in that same building that I took that picture, Ric Flair got the news that his best friend, Roddy Piper, died when he was being a guest in that same building. It was eerie. So I walked in, I said, "Man, you guys seem like somebody died." And Roddy Piper was even though I only met him a couple times, he was such a good man. He taught me how to treat everybody well, you know, and he was such a good man to everybody. I remember we went out to eat with him, and people would walk up to him, "I'm sorry, I know you're eating, but can you take a picture?" Wipe his hands, take a picture. Never even rolled his eyes, never complained. He said, "These are the people that make us money." I said, "Man, do you ever get tired of that?" He goes, "No." Because I told him, I said, "You and Hogan were the ones that made me want to wrestle." And he said, and he was a "God bless you" and all this. I put something on Twitter with it. He ended it with "I love you." I have that screen capped, man. I've taken pictures with everybody now. All the New Japan guys who I admire, everybody. The Young Bucks, anybody I wrestle.
And the Young Bucks role model the way that Roddy Piper did it.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Bull Buchanan yesterday in Billerica, Georgia, and I hadn't seen Bull,
awesome.
but I hadn't seen Bull, and Bull still looks awesome, still looks great, still a monster. But I hadn't seen Bull Buchanan since I was wrestling as an enhancement guy during the Attitude Era. and his son refereed our match. It's my fourth.
That is pretty.
It's my fourth second.
This tall.
Yeah, it's my fourth second generation person I've wrestled. I've wrestled sons. No grandsons yet, but I've wrestled sons four different times of dads that I wrestled. It's pretty cool, you know.
My final question is plugs. I want to. Where do we find you guys?
Plugs. Twitter,
all that stuff.
Twitter at Tough Timmy, Instagram at Tough Timmy H. I love Instagram. I keep on. I love pictures.
His thing
I
is
love
Instagram.
pictures. Yeah, I love it. You can find Bob
at Brutal Bob Evans, Facebook, Brutal Bob Evans. Hangs with Bob seminar page. You'll get all our dates. Tim is with me on almost all of them. Not every single one, but almost every single one.
Yeah.
Instagram, even though I don't use it as much as Tim does, you know. Brutal_Bob_Evans. And we just want to thank everybody for people that are coming out to these events. And if you couldn't make it, we certainly understand. We're not mad at you. We're not going to scold you for not coming, but we really do appreciate.
Except for Cousin Chris. Why are you not here?
Yeah, we could have sold you that picture at double the price.
Double the price.
But we really appreciate you and everybody else, man. Like the people that are lighting us right now, the people that are filming us, these people all work hard. A lot of them don't do it for a lot of money. You know, the wrestlers, we all know the budgetary. This is going to be good. Everybody's going to go home with a couple of bucks in their pocket because everybody worked hard to promote the show. And if we do this all over independent wrestling, we'll get 400 or 500 people in every building. And you know what? Maybe some of the old timers, they give us trouble about the territories are dead and this and that. You know, you do a couple, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 houses. The old guys can't disrespect that. You know, and everybody comes home with a couple of bucks. And somebody said it to me, and we've heard it in the past quite a bit from some old timers who are starting to come around. They're like, this is kind of like the old territory days. And I'm like, yeah, man, it is. There's 700 independent promotions out there that run at least once a year.
Wow.
700.
Holy smokes.
And I stopped counting because I got tired. You know, but Canada's on fire. North Carolina's on fire. The South is, Florida's busy. Quebec, Ontario, like all these places are crazy. The UK, come on, you've seen all the guys that are coming from the UK. There's so much opportunity out there. I hope the wrestlers take advantage of it. I hope the fans come out and see us and just be a part of this business. Wrestling's so much fun. 26 years and you hear the passion coming out of me. I never get tired of talking about it, and I never get tired of entertaining people.
He never gets tired of talking about it. So that's why you need to wrap it up right now.
You may get tired of listening, but I won't get tired of talking.
Wrap it up right now.
Well, I want to thank these guys, and I want to thank XWE, and thanks for watching Jiggy Jag TV.
Chris!
That's awesome. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Good shit.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Good stuff.
Yeah, good seeing you guys. As always.
Seeing you.
You guys make it work.
I like it.
And that was a hell of a fucking match, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
They
did great. They did great. You know?
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
And you got to sell some gimmicks?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's tough to be babyface, but we made it work, you know? Yeah. They liked all of us. That's the biggest thing. The funniest thing in wrestling is trying to figure out, like, how can we get everybody over? Because we're not here all the time. Because Billy's like, hey, you mind putting the kids over? I'm like, no, dude.
What's up?
You know?
No.
What?
I don't know.
Oh,
come here, you.
Do you want a photo?
Thank you.
No, all I was getting was the back of your head.
Oh, okay.
I keep it rolling even.
I know you.
Oh, okay.
No, wrestling's not your thing, but I appreciate you doing
Hey, that's cool. Hey,
Well,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah. My wife does the same thing. Read the book. The whole thing.
Goddamn predator.
Thank you.
Did you throw somebody over?